Okay, today we're making shrimp and clam chowder. First thing I want to do is find my knife. What? Can't find it. Okay, got my knife. So shrimp and clam chowder. The first thing I'm going to do is get the shrimp ready. We're going to do 21-25 shrimp today. So we're going to make a shrimp stock for this. It's really quick. It's like 15-20 minute shrimp stock. It's real easy. Just throw a bunch of stuff in a pot and cook it up. And I'll show you that in about a couple seconds. But let's get the shrimp ready. So I got these at the store. Got these at Giant. I got to go to the local grocery store. But they're easy peels. They're already kind of deveined for you. Just take the peels off, set them aside, and then you got your shrimp here. So I'm gonna set them aside, and when you take them off, you're gonna start doing your shrimp. I cut them into thirds, something like that. About thirds, like bite-sized pieces. You're making soups and chowders. You really don't want big pieces, whole shrimp curling out of your mouth, and you're trying to take a soup bite. So just cut them in smaller pieces, thirds, quarters. Depends on how big it is. These are 21-25, so they're not too bad. So we'll do that, and then I'm gonna start doing the chowder and do the stock first. So the first thing I'm gonna do is get the shrimp into the pot. Okay, so in the pot I got the shrimp shells. I got a quart of water in there. I already had that come up to a simmer before I even started. You just really want those shells to steep in there. But I have a bunch of stuff here that are on there that's going to go in there with it. I had some stuff that was left over, some celery that was on the way out the door, a couple carrots, an onion, half an onion, some scallions that I had from the rest of this recipe when I prepped it up, some thyme, peppercorns, and 1 clove and a bay leaf. That's all going to go in here, and I'll show you what it looks like when I get everything in there. Just throw it all in. No matter what order, it's just all going to boil away. Simmer, I should say. There's your bay leaf. That's going to simmer for about 15-20 minutes. I'm going to turn it to like medium. Just want to cook that down, get some flavor out of those shrimp shells. Okay, so as you can see, everything is in there. Just going to simmer away, and while that's simmering away, I'm going to finish cutting these shrimp up. Okay, so this recipe has no flour or gluten in it, so what I did is I took an Idaho potato, just one russet, and chopped it up, and I'll put it in the blender. What this is going to do is I'm going to extract all the starches out of this potato without actually using the potato itself. I have Yukons going into yellow baby potatoes going into the soup, but we're going to blend these up. Alright, that's probably good. I hope so. What we're going to do is take this, put this into a bowl with a fine mesh strainer. Press that through, and you'll end up with like a juice, like a potato juice. You're basically juicing a potato. It's potato juice, and what this is going to do, when we do this chowder at the end of this, we're going to add this, and it's going to thicken it up and make it look like chowder. So just press that through until it's all dry. It actually looks like mashed potato. It looks like you need that, but I wouldn't eat it. All right. Okay, turn on the stock. Stock is ready. We're going to strain that into the same type of way we did the potato. Pour it right in there. Got yourself some. Getting all the liquid out. You can if you want. I'm not. There you go. But we'll set that shrimp stock aside. What we're going to do is we're going to get together our ingredients I already have together. You got about 3/4 cup of celery, scallion whites. I just use the whites and some of the green, not the super green parts at the end. 1 clove of chopped garlic. You don't have to do this, but I like to add a little flavor in here since we're not using bacon or anything like that. They really add some flavor, need some pop. Clam juice. I wanted to show you that. So what I do here is I strain the clam juice out. We're going to use that in the soup as well. Let's take that out. Strain the can. I got 6.5 ounce chopped clams. And we're going to save those clams. Add them at the end. There you go. Shrimp. And you got your potatoes. And then you got your potato starch to thicken the soup at the end. Once there's potato, you're going to put those Yukons in there. It's going to that'll make it somewhat thicker. I got this here is oat milk. It's the extra creamy, so I'm gonna add that at the end. This might not be enough. I'm gonna see what it looks like, and you can add more, and then still keeps it dairy free. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I got the oil in here heating up. It should be hot enough. That's why I'm gonna cook the shrimp off. We're just gonna sear these shrimp off. We're gonna add them back later. You don't want them sitting there the whole time. You don't want them overcooking. We also want them to be seared off. That's it. I suppose you could add these in there raw. It's just not something I do at the end. Just a little cook in there. There's something about not searing food before it's in there. It's kind of weird. Shrimp cook really fast, so it's not going to take long for this. And I'm going to set them aside. That's all you're really looking for. You can use any kind of cooking vessel. You know, Dutch oven will work, a small pot. This is going to yield about maybe a quart and a half, 2 quarts of soup. My vegetables in, your celery, scallions, garlic. And cook these down until they're about just so they're softened. If you want at this point, you can actually throw a little salt in these vegetables to get that started. No need for pepper yet. A little salt in there. If you're watching your salt, you don't have to put that salt in there. Alright, these are about where I want them. Sweating out, they're soft. I'm going to add my clam juice. So this is the juice from 2 clams, cans of chopped clams, 6.5 ounces. I'm going to add that in there. I'm going to kind of deglaze the pan a little bit. Take some of that goodness off the bottom. Not the best tool for that, but it'll work. Okay, that's where I want it. Steaming, it's pretty hot, simmering, flavors are infusing. I'm going to put that shrimp stock in there. And I might not use all these potatoes. Let's see what it looks like. I'm going to put some potatoes in there. Yeah, I'll use them all. So about 5 potatoes. So we're going to bring that to a boil and let it simmer for a little while. Okay, so it wasn't take long. It took about 7-8 minutes at like a high simmer, and everything tastes good. I tasted it. Potatoes are about halfway cooked. That's why I dice them small, because it speeds up the cooking time. So what we're going to do next is we're going to add in some of our clam. And add that shrimp in last. So let's get that clam in there. There we go. I'm going to add in some of this extra creamy oat milk. See if we can get some of that color in there. I might need more. I think I might need more. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. I'm going to add some more cream, and then we'll get back to it. So in case you're wondering, this is what I'm using, Chobani oat milk, extra creamy. I'm just going to add some more of that in there. I don't like the way. I'd say about another half cup. Yep. That's the right amount that I'm looking for. You want this to be a chowder, you want it to be thick, you want it to be like a little heavier, a little more comforting for this time of year. We're heading into fall here. Okay, so real quick while this is coming up, this is the potato that I pureed with a half cup of water, and it sort of has like a pink, ugly looking film on top of it, but what you want is underneath. I'm gonna pour that into a cup. Is it gonna fit? Is it gonna fit? Is it gonna fit? Yeah, it fits. And what you want, that's the starch that's left at the bottom. So the starch all settles at the bottom, and that's what's going to thicken the soup up right there. That's the potato starch. That's what you want. All right, we're back. So, all right, we're going to add in the shrimp, and there's some juice at the bottom. See, there's got nice flavor in there. And that's going to work in there. You don't want them overcooked, so I'm going to cook them in. And I'm going to start adding some of this potato starch in there. Oh, they're pretty thick. Just spatula using it out. I'm going to add a little juice to this, just stir that up. Let's see if that thickens it up. More of this in there. Sort of. Just don't add it all. So we're not getting that consistency that I'm looking for. And let's bring that up to a boil, see what happens. Okay, as that simmers, I'm going to season it with some salt and pepper. I'm going to use white pepper for this because you don't want the black pepper. You can use black pepper. I really don't care if black pepper's in my soup. At least I know it's there. And then the white pepper doesn't stand out. I use coarse black pound a lot. And it's a lot. Actually, it's probably, hopefully that's not too much pepper. I like peppery soup, so. And chowders. I like a lot of pepper. Warms the soul. Give it a taste. Well, that's good. That is good. I'm going to cut it off. Let it rest for a minute. Just going to top off some chive. There you go. You can see you got your shrimp popping out through there. It's not as creamy, as thick as your typical New England chowder, but that has a super amount of like flour and things in there that are just probably even preservatives that aren't that good for you. So this is a definitely a healthier way to have your chowder. The flavor's there, it's spot on. You can adjust the seasoning. You can even add a little bit of nutmeg in there if you want at the end. Some people like to do that. You can add a little spice in there, a little heat, maybe some like chili pepper flakes in there just to bring it up a notch. But this is perfect. That's just what you're looking for. Okay, hope you enjoy the soup. If you get a shot, any questions or comments, just let me know. I'm always willing to help out. It's really good. Enjoy your day. I'm heating this up later after I have practice. But heating up later. In case you were wondering, there's little bits of potatoes. I eat raw potatoes. I like them. You're not supposed to, but I like them. Yummy. Not as good as the soup though.